Hey, what's up, everyone? This is 40 Minutes, our podcast. Which number are we on? What week are we on at this point? I don't even remember. 8, maybe?
Sometime in June.
Sometime in June.
Time around midnight.
Oh, good
So
song.
welcome to our podcast.
That
Today's
is a good song.
today's going to be a nice little conversation we're going to have about what is on John's face. John, what is on your face? What happened?
It's the keto diet.
John, is this new diet you're doing turning you into a frog?
Oh, maybe. I am on the plant paradox diet, so maybe.
Talk a little bit about that. John's been obsessed with this new diet. He talked a little bit about it last week. Do you have any updates about your new diet, John? How's it been going for you?
I feel all right. It's up and down. My body's going through weird withdrawals, and I think I'm a bit more anxious because of it. But I lost 3 pounds already, and the diet's basically about getting rid of lectins from your diet, which cause a lot of stomach problems, which lead to a lot of the diseases that people have. So that's pretty much what it is. And Nick knows. Nick, did you have any problems transitioning from normal to vegan?
You mean like physical or emotional?
Anything.
It was pretty easy. We're like Cynthia and I talked about it for like 3 weeks until we officially had like our last meal that consisted of meat, and yeah, it was not a big deal.
Were you a big meat eater before, though?
We would have like chicken maybe once or twice a month, so not really.
Wow, Jesus.
You're almost there anyway. I guess cheese is rough though. If you're a cheesehead.
Yes, and not to be confused with a Green Bay Packer fan, but yeah, like I still sneak cheese once in a while.
Are you willing to say that
Vegan and otherwise. This is your exclusive to my cheating
watching.
ways.
I wouldn't be able to live without eggs.
Oh yeah.
So I think I've been doing I'm literally, besides eggs and I was eating grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef for like 3 days straight.
Wow.
Everything else has been vegetables and nuts and dark chocolate. So that was my whole diet. Some days I'm eating less than 2,000 calories a day. But I'm not hungry. Like I'm like it's not about hungry. It's my energy levels are all weird. I think my blood sugar is all over the place. So I'm getting like weird drops in energy randomly, but that'll all level out. That's just part of it. Part of it's no breads, like whole grains, the devil. You can't have any beans, so it's not really vegan. It's all about lectins, which is a whole, the whole podcast. I could do the whole podcast just talking about lectins.
But maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All it's about is it's just about feeding your gut bacteria.
That's the dark version.
It's about feeding your gut bacteria what it actually needs, and in turn, your gut bacteria treats you better.
So like, I know for me, it's hard. I think John, I mean, I don't know. I think he wants it more than I do because I agree with a lot of the things he's saying. It's just hard for me to, the cravings are strong. Josh, how do you feel about like if you wanted to transition to like a vegan diet or John's lectin-free plant paradox diet? Like, would you be in my boat where it's really hard, or would you be like them where you'd be like, I could do it?
Definitely right now. I'm finding it really hard. Like I just made a note of it yesterday or today. I was like, man, I'm gaining a lot of weight, and I'm finding it really hard to cut down on eating everything unhealthy. But we bought a scale, so I'm getting there. We're
Step one. Well, I think too, it's
the harsh reality.
Like one thing I did, very, 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 very small, but no more sugar in my coffee. Like I'm just trying to do the
Good
small
start.
things at least, because I'm like, all right, it's really hard for me to make the big changes, but I could definitely do some small changes, like dark chocolate. I stopped eating milk chocolate and white chocolate a while ago. I was just like, I like dark chocolate now, and I never liked dark chocolate before. But it's so much better for you than milk chocolate.
Mm. Yeah, for
I think it
sure.
tastes better too. I'd
I
never.
love dark chocolate.
Yeah, I'm between 72% and 90% is where I'm at
Ooh,
on my
yeah.
cacao.
Mm,
Consistently
much
88
better.
myself.
We say you're at
There-
88.
So Nick,
88%.
If you ever go, it's the only place I ever found it in was Walmart. It's called
Mm.
Sam's Choice Swiss Dark Chocolate. It's 90%, and it's the best
Ooh,
dark chocolate I've ever had. And I literally the other day I just bought 4 different kinds, all different percentages, and it's still the best.
I
did you
haven't.
have to train your palate to get that high?
No, no, I like darker burnt. I like burnt cookies.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Oh,
if
wait, let's wind it back a little bit. Does liking burnt cookies equate to being able to eat like high percentage dark
well,
chocolates? Is that like a correlation I didn't know about?
burnt
That was
cookies are
John
not as
reasoning.
burnt cookies aren't as sweet as perfectly cooked in parentheses cookies.
Well, that's true. I guess the briquette nature of them.
I'm not like a huge sweet guy. Like well, obviously, but I don't. Yeah, I don't like. I
Look at
like
that
a nice.
face.
My favorite beer is Guinness. It's nice and dark. I like dark coffee.
Mm.
Always did.
See, now I can't
There
do
you go.
like certain beers I
Unsweetened
can't do.
green tea is delicious. It makes me happy. It makes me go, ah.
You know, back when the world was normal and I was working, I would always have unsweetened tea. If I ever got like a lunch special, I'd always get the unsweetened tea instead of getting because I just drink water all day and work. Constant. That's all I drink is water. So like I would like, oh, I'm gonna get some unsweetened tea and get some like caffeine and after I started drinking that for a while, and then like I don't know, randomly would have a glass of brisk or like
Ooh.
weird processed teas that aren't actual. It's like maybe it's like fake tea. It's not real. Um, you drink
Definitely.
that and you're like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever eaten or I've ever drunk. It's so strange. Like this is not tea at all.
Yeah, you changed your palate for the better.
Yeah, I love unsweetened tea. I the only thing I like to sweeten my tea now a little bit is a little bit of honey or a little bit of agave. I like
Ooh,
agave.
yeah.
Agave on pancakes and stuff is really good too.
Been
They're
there.
sweet.
It's a slightly healthier sweetener, agave.
And you know what,
Mhm.
too? I'm not using any artificial sweeteners either. Besides, like, if something has like stevia or like monk fruit extract, or there's like a couple of them that's like not bad for you. But like most of the artificial sweeteners, I don't use either. So like, it's just pure, whatever the fucking thing tastes like. That's what I'm eating,
That's good.
and
I
a
like
shit
that.
ton of olive oil.
Yeah, olive oil's been a big has been a big thing. But at least you know what it's been a recent thing too for us guacamole. That's in like the
Okay.
last couple of years we really turned on to guacamole.
Yeah.
And oh, Josh,
Avocados is
I've been on
great.
a big. Josh can relate to this. I've been on a big Chipotle kick the last like month.
We've been making our own guac as well, like a lot of times.
What do
It's
you
been
put?
very nice. Um,
Do you have like your own version?
I think we just try to imitate Chipotle's. I don't think we do anything out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
Real guacamole doesn't have tomatoes in it.
Guacamole doesn't have tomatoes in it.
Real guac, like from Mexico.
Does
I don't
any
know. I
guac
don't know.
have
If
tomatoes? Are you
Yeah,
thinking of pico?
No, I think guac has. They put tomatoes in guacamole in Chipotle, or at least I don't know.
No, they definitely don't.
I think
I eat enough Chipotle to know.
I said Josh has eaten enough.
Yeah, I don't
I
need.
see the
I
bag in
don't.
the
I
back.
don't need any Chipotle.
I love Chipotle. It's so good.
It's so good.
So good. I could just I'm having Chipotle dreams right now.
Can we end early so we can all go get
Here's
Chipotle?
the thing.
Wait,
Here's the thing. They
quarantine.
have keto options, so John might be able to do it. and they also have vegan options. So Nick could do it too. So we can all go to Chipotle.
Yeah, one day after band practice, that'll be our meal.
Yeah, eventually we'll do band practice. All right. Well, there's also been more big news in Pennsylvania and in Philadelphia County. Um, we have officially, not that this would affect Josh too much, but we've officially gone yellow here.
Hey.
Hence, now the color of my room finally makes sense. But we're officially yellow here, so everyone here has been excited. I've been excited. I don't really think it actually means anything. I'm still staying away from people, but yeah.
I'm gonna go play basketball tomorrow. Me and Matthew.
Oh yeah, getting our hoop game on.
And I'm gonna hope that no one's here.
Josh might be there.
Surprise!
That'd be fantastic if Josh was there.
He's not going to be wearing a mask.
What if we got there and Josh was like 6'6", like absolutely shredded, dribbling 2 basketballs at the same time, throwing behind his head, making shots. Josh, why'd you hide this from us all these years?
Why are you wasting your time playing bass? You should be playing b-ball.
Where are you guys going to play? Because I thought I saw something like all the hoops were taken down or some shit.
Yeah, either Delco or Jersey.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to drive there.
We'll see how that goes. I have no idea how that one's gonna go, but yeah, it's probably gonna be fun. So every now and then we check in with everyone and see what everyone's been doing to keep themselves sane. So has anyone found anything that? Well, Nick's going back to work, so I guess Nick, you're kind of more back to normal than us.
A little bit. Yeah, like I've been back to work about a week now, and I feel like I'm right in the center of the storm. So I feel like, I'm still wearing a mask, but I'm like, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. I have to go back to work to live. So
I have good news for you if you didn't say it. The World Health Organization, according to their data, has said that asymptomatic transition of COVID-19 is very rare.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to look up the exact quote and who said it on my phone. But yeah, it was someone in the World Health Organization that said it at a press conference.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
So that's some
very good news.
But yeah, I know that when I go back to work, it's going to be very weird. It's going to be weird because I know, like I work in a museum. So at my work, we already had the temperature check thing set up. Like the building's already prepared. We have plastic panels everywhere. So every single person that comes in every day has to pass the temperature check. Everyone has to wear a mask. Well, I mean, like you can argue about the mask thing. But I don't know if that might only be an essential business. I don't know exactly how it works, but like everyone has to follow the guidelines. We can only have 250 people in the building because it'll be when we go green here. So it's just going to be dead.
When we going green? That July?
Maybe. I don't know. There's no set date on it so far.
So
Josh, how is everything in New Jersey? Like how's all the protocols work out there?
I have no clue. I literally don't leave the house at all. Everything, as far as I know, everything's still the same. I think we also just went yellow, but everything's still the same. Got to wear a mask to go into grocery stores and whatnot. I barely leave the house, so I'm.
Josh, if you're not leaving the house, make sure you're taking your vitamin D supplement.
Oh, it's B1.
John takes 10 million different vitamin supplements, I'm sure.
No, he stole my B1, but he should have took the vitamin D3 if he's not leaving the house. 5,000 IUs a day, Josh. That's doctor's orders, bud.
Is vitamin D that's milk, right? Calcium and stuff?
Yeah, but it's mostly from the sun, and it's the most important vitamin you can take in the whole world.
So when I say I'm not going out, I meant more like, public places, stores, really not that often, things like that. And if I do have a mask, which is rare that I'm going places, but I am going out like every day. We started finally being able to take the dog for a walk, and he's got a little harness, so getting some exercise and some sunlight. It's pretty nice.
Oh, I feel like you should be our mascot.
The dog.
Yeah.
40's Fido.
Tiny, like 40. Get drunk with us and a pup. So, John, is there anything new besides this new diet that's keeping you, keeping life interesting, keeping everything going?
Well, I think there's 2 new games that we learned how to play this week, Matthew. If you can, or if Nick wants to say the first one.
The first one is how good is the wine in Josh's cellar? It's very good. I'm trying it right now. Cheers, Josh.
Josh, speak up. How good's the wine, bud? Come
I
on.
think I'll let the wine speak for itself.
and it does. Very
Do you have
impressed, Josh.
Do you have any reviews for us of that wine?
It's everything you expect, Josh. Everything you expect something from Josh to taste like is what's in my mouth right now.
That's what we strive for.
What kind of wine is that, Nick?
I don't know. Cynthia picked it up. It's organic and it's delicious. Some sort of red concoction.
I'm more in the whites than reds, but whites give
On
you
my
flavors.
on the Plant Paradox diet, the only
Here we
alcohol
go.
I can actually drink is wine.
Is it red wine or white wine?
Red wine, mostly red wine, and I can have brown liquor.
John, is that why you've been listening to so much UB40 lately?
Yes, that's exactly. Well, plus because they're kind of are like kin.
Yeah, they are. I guess so. 40. No, IB40.
UB40, we be 40,
1940.
everybody 40.
Oh, there it is.
So, John, you were saying about another game we learned. I don't. Think
Yeah.
I don't think you're talking about Cards Against Humanity.
No. This is more just normal, just terribleness against humanity. This is a surprise. Where are all my pickles, Mr. Stevenson?
Why do you? No. Hang on. Why do you assume I have anything to do with this?
Josh, we all know that you like salty treats. From in the mostly anything that's pickled, usually pickled cucumbers is your thing, and I know that you took it.
That's false, and you know why? Because we've been actually pickling our own cucumbers here, so couldn't have been us. Couldn't have been me.
Well, I wonder where
true.
you got the cucumbers from.
I don't think it was Josh. Where are all my cucumbers?
Well,
that
I
wasn't
was
the
going to
question.
make pickles with them. They it's just the past tense of the game.
Oh, this week, shout out to me and Nick's shirt game. As you can see, Nick's rocking the beautiful, ever-loving Nickelodeon classics.
Oh, there it goes.
Giving everyone what they want. Oh, you're upside down now.
Oh, man. What I do? All right, this is where I remain.
Oh, you look so goofy, Nick.
I got my Bob Ross shirt on because I'm trying to good vibes only today. I feel like
Bob Ross is. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Bob Ross's favorite EP of all time is Nightbirds.
Oh shit! I forgot. Yeah, he sent us an email.
From beyond the grave.
Josh sent us the text last week. He sent us a screenshot. Bob Ross said, "Nightbirds is the most artistic expression in human history."
Yeah.
Bob loved to paint birds, and his paintings were actually the inspiration for our album art. So thank you, Bob.
We sent him the picture. We sent him the cover, and he okayed it. So
somewhere around here, there's a picture of Nick with a Bob Ross wig on, painting the album cover for Nightbirds. With his lovely speaking of Nick, Nick also voiceovers. He does. He really should be a voice actor. Every Thursday we're putting out Nick's pick until he runs out. So it's a limited series that we're running. Go check it out. So on our playlist this week, we put up a song "Aerials" by System of a Down. So go check out our Nick's pick playlist. Nick, is there anything you want to add to to what you said, or your general love for System of a Down?
Just I never heard anything like them before, and have yet to hear anything like it. And back then, like I'm talking about like elementary school. You went to the store and you bought an album and you listened to that album. It wasn't like what's the band's latest single, and that burned out on your Spotify playlist or on the radio. I was there with a boombox and the speakers were blaring, and I was just like, oh, it is definitely a nostalgia going on with this series.
Josh, I know that you love System of a Down.
I was about to say it
me-
is a great pick that you picked this week.
When me and Josh
I
first
thought of
met,
Josh when I did that.
yeah, when me and Josh first met, he shared his love of System of a Down. So, is there anything you want to add this week to Nick's pick? Because I know you know a lot about them.
So truthfully, I didn't listen to the voiceover, so I don't know what I can add that wasn't already said. Love again. I definitely agree with that point. They are very unique. Also, have not heard anything like them. I don't think. I feel like it'd be hard to hear something like them in our lifetimes. Honestly, they're all amazing. They're all really tight. Still looking forward to seeing a show of theirs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can
They're
go on
together
about them.
still. I don't know anything about System of a Down other than what Nick is telling us and what you've told me over
Yeah,
there.
they play a lot less gigs these days, especially with the pandemic. A lot of their shows got canceled. They mostly do at this point European festivals, and because they're located around California, some of them
Oh, okay.
like California shows. They don't tour all the U.S. anymore, which is kind of annoying.
Oh, figures.
So everyone, go check out Nick's Pick every Thursday. It'll be updated on our Spotify. We have a Nick's Pick playlist. And Josh just mentioned California. That segues perfectly into our final two segments of the show. This week is a pop smash, just not really pop, but just smash hit showdown.
90 smash hit
90s.
showdown.
Yeah,
Ah, there you go.
4 smash hits from the 90s. So how we how we usually take over at this point? How are we starting out the song versus
All
song?
right, so this is our song versus song. If this is the first time you're watching, where we put song versus song, and we're doing an elimination bracket like college basketball. We started with 32 songs. We're almost done the first round. This week, we'll start out first. The first game is Biggie's "Juicy" versus California Love by Tupac and Dr. Dre. So this is a East Coast, West Coast. I was obviously an East Coast guy, but I was a little bit too young. I was only probably 3 when both of these songs came out. So so I was more riding for 50 Cent versus Ja Rule, even though they're both East Coast guys. But obviously, rap was a huge part of my creative upbringing.
John, John. Go first. You're already talking about everything.
Yeah, hold on.
You probably think you have the most to say about these two songs out of all of us. So
Yeah, I wrote a lot.
Take your time.
Oh my God, I'm so blurry.
real John is revealed. Do you want a second?
Mm.
Need a second?
Yeah, someone else go.
I'll go real quick. All right, we just listened to both songs. California Love, great dance song. Juicy is actually not that bad of a dance song either. It's just a little bit longer.
Unless you're two-stepping.
Unless you're two-stepping.
Or if you're two-stepping.
So I do think California Love is a funner song to listen to at a party, but I think Juicy is a deeper song altogether because I read both of the lyrics while I was listening to the songs. So for the purpose of as an overall song, I think Juicy's better because I think you can dance to it a little bit, and it's also kind of tells a rags to riches story that is important for people to hear that don't hear probably a lot coming out of the Black community about, how it is to be poor, Black, and wanting to be a rapper and being told that you're nothing. So I think Juicy, for me, gets the pick.
All right, I'll go now. My eyes are back online. Juicy is one of the best rap songs ever made. The bass line is sick. The little guitar lines after every bar are great, and that keyboard line underneath which is basically the whole melody of the song, is really pretty, and it matches the drum beat so well. Not to mention how amazing Biggie's lyrics and delivery are. I love the song. It reminds me of ninth grade. The only part I really don't like is 92% of Diddy's nonsense in the background. But I think they chose to put that in there to add extra stuff to fill out the sound. Even though I wouldn't have done it, they might have thought it was needed back then. I'm not as familiar with California Love as I am, or I was Juicy. It's definitely more of a banger than Juicy. This is just one of the best produced rap songs ever made. Incredibly well placed keyboard notes in the background that musically build up into the chorus. Or, I'm sorry, that disappear in the beginning of every verse and slowly build up during the verses, and it adds a small layer every time, and it smashes you into the chorus. Well done. Shows Dr. Dre's mastery as a producer. Tupac always has an incredible delivery and lyrics, and Dre is also very good in this as well. His verses. I think California Love is a bit more long-winded, even though it's a pop song at heart. It's a total banger, but I think Juicy is a better song overall. I think it gives you more bang for your buck, so I pick Juicy.
2-0.
All right, what are you guys thinking? Who wants to go
You want
first?
to go, Josh?
Sure. So listening to John talk, I'm starting to think I actually didn't give California Love enough of a chance, and I was kind of dismissive of it, honestly. Like I didn't really personally care for it, and I only did one listen for both these songs. As far as I know, first time I've ever heard them. I felt like California Love went on. I'm dead serious. I don't think I've ever heard them ever.
Oh my lord!
If you don't listen to rap, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you listen to the radio?
No.
There you
What
go.
century are you living in?
shots fired.
Ouch.
No, but
Ouch.
I do acknowledge the production work, but I just didn't really care too much for California Love, whereas I like the lyrics, that rags to riches story going on in Juicy. And for California Love, I was just like, this is just going on and whatever. But all 5 minutes of Juicy, I enjoyed. It's Juicy for me.
Oh, geez. 3-0 right now.
What are you thinking, Nick?
So I consider myself lucky enough to have heard a band cover California Love once, like a rock band in a bar, and they did a phenomenal job. Honestly, I don't think it's Dr. Dre or Tupac's best song, but
Yeah, me neither. But I think it's their
definitely
biggest.
up there.
Pac's biggest, I think.
Arguably, sure. And these three guys, Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Biggie, best of at what they do by far. Sorry if you're a fan of popular rap and hip hop today, but I just don't think anybody holds a candle up to those guys. And I mean, honorable mentions are obviously Drake and Eminem, but these three guys are just like, wow. But I also I was more into the story, the narrative in Biggie's song, so I'm going to go with Juicy.
Wow.
4-0.
4-0.
Oh.
Sweet. I have the fan vote.
Give me a second. I didn't look at the fan vote. Hold on.
I got it, John.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I got it up. All right, this is what the fans voted for. By a vote of I don't know. John usually does percentages.
Just do the percentages.
By a vote of 75% to 25%, Juicy wins.
Wow.
We were in cahoots or in agreement with.
I feel like
pledge sweep.
There's a lot of Tupac songs that I could have picked that are probably better than Juicy. Not a lot,
What's
but like
the song?
Dear Mama,
I don't know the title.
Brenda had
That's the way it is. That's
the way it is. But they're not as popular, and I think Juicy was Biggie's biggest song. It is Biggie's biggest song, and I think California Love is Pac's most pop. I'm trying to go by popularity. That's why I picked those two. But like, I don't know. Juicy just has. I love Juicy so much. I think it's one of the best songs ever written.
I'm with you.
Next one. Before we even announce the next song, I want Josh to go first on this one.
Oh, God damn it.
Because he knows these two songs very well.
but I had to go first. Fuck. Okay.
We should announce it first.
Yes, we should. This will
It's
be.
a real big '90s pop showdown.
This is, even though one of these at least was released in 2000, I think, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
90s
Close,
acts.
Turn of
close
the
enough.
century pop music.
2000s,
So
2000s. You know what I'm saying?
this is Larger Than Life by the Backstreet Boys versus Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Oh, it's so pop.
And I
Does it get any
guarantee
better
you,
than that?
Matthew, that my vote is probably going to surprise you.
All
And
right.
there, I don't know if I have anything to say about these songs that is, the way we normally talk about these songs. My literal vote is coming down to only this. I was just really feeling it today. I was really vibing. I again did a listen through of both these songs. Maybe it's, Bye 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 we listened to a lot. And I mean a lot. So that might have worked against it, honestly, this time. I was really vibing with Larger Than Life today.
Actually, me and Josh used to walk around and share. I would have one headphone, he'd have the other, and we would sing in sync songs. And he would be JC Chazez, and I would be Justin Timberlake. And we would walk around South Philly just screaming it. And all you'd hear is us singing out of tune. But that's what it was.
Give us a little more credit. We were definitely in tune.
Okay. All right. We were definitely.
Yeah, I heard you do that before. You were like perfect, actually.
Oh, there
The
you go.
original. This is the real power duo right here.
Yeah. Don't forget it.
So, and unfortunately, despite our love for NSYNC and how many times we sung those songs, today it is Larger Than Life is how I'm voting. I was just, I loved it, every second of it. Whereas Bye Bye Bye, I guess I've just heard it one too many times.
Okay. I'll go. You know what? The power duo. I don't know what Nick and Josh are going to pick. So I kind of was
Let's
feeling
hear
a
it.
similar way. I would say Bye Bye Bye. I'm pretty sure Max Martin wrote that song as well as the other 1 million huge hits he has. I don't know who wrote Larger Than Life. Bye 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 is, like a fuck you kind of song. I'm out of here. Larger Than Life is like, I feel like the man because the fans make me feel good. And it has a guitar solo and it's kind of cool. I think it's a little bit scandalous in a way for a pop song written for like 10-year-olds. But I actually think it holds up pretty well. I think Bye 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 sounds a little bit just a smidge dated, but I don't know. That's probably not even accurate to say. They're both timeless, silly pop songs. But
I
I
thought you were
think
going to say they're both dated.
for sure. For sure. Nostalgia factor through the roof, though. I mean, me and my brother used to dance to these songs as small children.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they came out too. And I know John probably has a million paragraphs written on it. But just because I listened to Larger Than Life, and I'm like, this is actually a pretty cool song for a kid's pop song. I went with Larger Than Life.
2-0.
Shit.
Larger Than Life. I know. I'm turning my back on our previous
Wow.
career as an acapella.
By the way, Larger Than Life was written by Max Martin.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right, so this is essentially by the same person, these songs. We're just
Max
comparing
Martin
the
versus
songs.
Max Martin.
Yeah, it really is. I didn't know that either.
I'll go next. So in general, I think like song for song, I think I might like Backstreet Boys better than NSYNC. Both very cool music videos. I think music video wise, Larger Than Life wins. And I did not know that there was a guitar solo until today in Larger Than Life. That surprised me. And Backstreet Boys, I feel like in all their songs, like each singer gets like their phrase or their verse, whereas in NSYNC it's pretty much just Justin Timberlake and JC, and everyone else is like just there. However, Larger Than Life lyrics don't mean anything to me. That's just words, and I think that's why Bye 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 wins for me, because the lyrics actually make sense. So I'm going with NSYNC.
Very fair.
There you go.
Hear that, Max? You are right about the group dynamic, though, between both bands. The Backstreet Boys definitely did a better job of pushing all five, whereas
Yeah.
it's like, who else is in NSYNC?
I didn't know their last names until today when I looked them up.
Ah,
You know, I think JC Chazez, a little funny side note. I think after NSYNC kind of went their separate ways, I think he started writing songs for porn movies.
Oh
But I
wow!
could be
Really?
wrong. Yeah,
wow.
I
yeah.
hope you're not.
I really
I
hope
hope.
not either. Or it might be like, like erotic films or something. I don't know.
All right,
More
ready?
power to
I'm gonna
them.
fact check
Go
that
for
right
it.
now. John, say your piece.
Bye 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 is such a banger. I remember singing this as a kid in the car with my mom and brother, which is Matthew. I remember being drunk at parties and the whole house would sing Bye Bye Bye. I remember getting a couple girls' numbers on Broad and Oregon because I sang this to them out of my friend's car. Vocally, this is a great song. The harmonies in the chorus are perfect. And even though it might be studio magic, it is still great. This might be my favorite NSYNC song. For a pop song, the lyrics are pretty good. Larger Than Life is also a huge banger. It has almost a shitty 80s hair metal intro, but has more backbone. The Backstreet Boys have always had more grit than any other 90s pop band or pop group, whatever. They were a bit more raspy voices. They had a bit more raspy in their raspy voices, still had great harmonies, and actually sounded human. The chord progression is great and interesting in this song. The breakdown and the solo could have been written by Prince. It is so good. The fact that they don't go into a full open version of the chorus after the solo shows that they have real respect for songwriting and their craft. I really have a huge sentimental love for Bye Bye Bye. It's almost a perfect pop song, but it might be a little too polished. And Larger Than Life, even though it's also extremely polished, has its rough edges and sounds like real artists made it. Larger Than Life is surprisingly my pick because I have such a sentimental love for Bye Bye Bye, and I might like it better, but Larger Than Life is a better song. So Larger Than Life is my pick.
All right. Wow.
This one
There you
surprised me.
go.
All right. So I have the fan vote right here. By an absolute landslide, Larger Than Life destroyed Bye Bye Bye.
Wow.
92% to 8%.
Wow.
That's actually
I'm
insane.
honestly very surprised by that, but we
I thought it'd be closer.
got quite a few votes on that too. It wasn't like we had one person.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we are running out of time. We got to wrap it up.
So
Nightbirds is out everywhere. Wash your hands. Josh, I need my pickles back. Next week's song versus song. Lola versus Dude Looks Like a Lady, and Maggie May by Rod Stewart versus Layla by Eric Clapton. Huge showdown. Every Sunday we do live stuff. Every Tuesday we do our podcast. Listen to Nightbirds. Follow us everywhere.
Thursday, Nick pick.
Thank you for watching. Thursday's Nick's pick.
Wash your hands still,
Peace.
everyone. See everyone later.